Let me ask you a quick question. Then let me see who do I want to ask this because Michael was such a rhythmic person too. Ricky or John, either one of y'all. Could Michael play drums?
Well,
go ahead, Johnny.
all I would say is that I think he was beyond having to play anything because he was drums.
He was the drummer. Absolutely.
For real. I mean, if you listen to anything he does or sings or gives you, absolutely everything has rhythmic value, rhythmic integrity. It is no joke.
It isn't, yeah. Well, that's why I asked because, I know, and from hearing with my own ears too. The other thing is Michael has built-in quantize. He don't need Pro Tools and all that. When you listen to stuff that before that stuff, it was so locked. It's more locked, and it feels better than anything I've heard come out. And not
from the heart.
Yeah, and when I say him, not just him, I mean that whole generation. That's how music was locked in because that was part of the training, and that's kind of missing now. We're relying a lot on machines and moving things around and all that.
There's an adage that if you can feel it, then you drop it in the field, but if you can't feel it, then you got to make it perfect, and that's where the drum machines. The people that can't feel it, they want to go for that machine.
Right.
But you know what? Going back to what Clarence spoke about. Going back to what Clarence spoke about, which was an early education starting in church.
Right.
Mm-hmm. If you play an instrument, one of the first things you work with is the metronome.
Yes.
Right.
So time was something that was focused on in a very real way for any instrument.
Yeah.
You didn't think, there was no such thought of somebody needs to fix something.
No. Either you did it or you didn't.
Fixed it or you weren't there.
Yeah, you did it. Or you had to redo it.
Early sessions that had a conductor that they were changing the time in the middle of the thing on purpose, speeding up the choruses, raising the speed on the bridges, and then dropping it back for the verses.
Yeah.
Well, that's
right there.
Song. That's how songs naturally go. If you listen to most records, it has one rhythm or one timing on the verse. It speeds up just slightly at the hook, and it comes back. That's human breathing.
Well, check out the Isley Brother records where they start at one tempo, and Ronnie is saying, man, that ain't working. Speed it up. And he's doing the little hand. And by the time the verse comes in, it's jumped about 10 beats per minute.
You're right. Yeah.
When cats were listening, cats were listening, and they were vibing on the overall essence of the music that they were creating.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
They just feel it.
You're absolutely right, Ricky. I mean, I remember seeing songs get counted off to other people's records.
Sure.
And when you counted off to someone else's record, nobody even wondered what the tempo was. If somebody said fire, we all know what the tempo is right now.
Right.
Yeah,
we on the phone.
Yeah, right.
You know what the line is.